CoRE stands for Cornerstones of Resident Education, and it's actually a unique opportunity for us to do multidisciplinary as well as multi-specialty training for the residents here at Northeast Georgia. So we're able to really provide an educational curriculum that benefits all physicians, that includes skills that all physicians need to learn, and we're able to provide that across all of the specialties with everyone as a group, which really does model the same thing as what happens in the hospital rooms.
So the CoRE program overall is a program of many parts. It really helps the residents have protected time and focus on individual parts of what makes a whole physician. My part of it is the CoRE research program, where we have the foundations curriculum for PGY 1 and 2, and then we have 2-track electives for PGY 3 onwards.
The ACGME actually asks us to teach and treat resident wellness just like we would any other learning competency in residency. And so one of the ways we do that is through CoRE. So at CoRE, we cover topics like sleep and fatigue, emotional intelligence, mental health risks, stress management. So we really try to use that time to teach topics that are relevant, that are evidence-based, and that our residents are going to be able to apply and use in their practice and in their personal lives.
We utilize a flipped classroom approach to deliver the curriculum as well as simulation. So what's majorly unique to this program is that it goes across all of our GME programs, from internal medicine to general surgery, family medicine, and our new additional programs that will be joining us as well. So with CoRE for PGY1, it's more foundational material. For PGY2, we have a theme of residents as teachers. And for PGY3, going up to 5, is residents as leaders.
A lot of our safety curriculum and our safety pieces that we do is actually done through simulation. We'll do some handoff simulations. We'll put you in what I call awkward situation simulations to maybe in a process that you're unfamiliar with to see how you perform, but also as a learning experience. We do a thing called air prevention training, which is another simulation we'll have you go through, where you'll be observing particular scenarios where you'll see the risk that's involved. That allows you to truly see risk and how your behavior impacts that risk. Without our simulation team here, none of this would be possible, and it's a great partnership that exists between both simulation and our patient safety curriculum.
So for CoRE, what we do with the simulation component is kind of give them an immersive experience with all the different topics. We put those into a simulation context, kind of from the medical school component, like an OSCE, which is where we have standardized patients that we give cases to and kind of show them so they're repeating these cases, and we're able then to immerse the residents into a really true interactive, rather than sitting in a lecture and having a didactic thing. They actually get to experience it.
First of all, CoRE is a really fantastic idea and project that we are doing at Northeast Georgia. And the unique thing about CoRE is that all of the different disciplines get to come together and learn and be a part of the same experiences with all of the faculty, which is something that I don't think a lot of programs are doing. As far as what we're doing with CoRE for diversity and inclusion, we've had a lot of simulations where we have standardized patients that go through different scenarios that we think that our physicians and our training physicians will be exposed to help them navigate these types of situations. Our philosophy for graduate medical education when it comes to diversity and inclusion is to make sure that we, one, have a program that supports our trainees. We want to provide education for our trainees and the community, and we also want to do community outreach. And so these CoRE simulations where we do with diversity and inclusion really bring all of those three things together, where we have environments where our residents are exposed to certain situations and our standardized patients are in the community. And we do debriefing sessions afterwards so that we can all talk about the experience, learn from it, and we also have research projects that come from these simulations as well.
So we've put together CoRE in a progressive setup So PGY1 core is really foundational. It has the foundational aspects of the curriculum that we need to make sure that we cover throughout the year. It occurs twice monthly, and so we have 2 times a month, 2-hour sessions for core for PGY1s. PGY2 moves into more as residents, as teachers. How can we support the residents in learning how to teach other residents, medical students, and be better teachers? That occurs in quarterly sessions, so we do those 4 times a year. CoRE for PGY3 and going up from there actually is a very unique residents as leaders track where residents can choose to participate in various tracks that are of interest to them. So it's more project-based and it's more driven by the resident based on their interests. So the resident could apply for a track around resident wellness. And so they may create a project around resident wellness and do some learning modules around that. They could select a track around research, and they can learn about educational research or data analysis and do some different things around research. They could do a track around simulation education, so that would be more involvement with our simulation activities that the residents do. So they would create their own project around that. They can participate in a QI track where they learn about Six Sigma, Green Belt, and do some additional things around QI and quality improvement. And then there's also a track around community engagement. So if the resident's interested in really engaging with the community, again, that's very project driven, and they're able to select a project that they can do within the community.